evening. I'd like to call this meeting for the city of San Juan at 6 p.m. May we rise for invocation? Mr. Arjona, can you lead us, please, sir?
Yes, we bow our heads. Dear Father, as we gather today, we thank you for all the blessings you bestowed upon us. As we start tonight's meeting, we ask for your blessed portion, bless for your guidance, bless for your wisdom, and for we pray to you in heaven, watch over us and all we pray in your name.
Face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mamie. Ms. Diana, you mentioned we have public comments?
That we have is, on the presentation, we have a presentation on departmental reports. Tonight we have Department of Finance, Fire Department, Police Department, Municipal Court, and Department of Utilities. I believe everybody should be ready, available. Should you have any questions for these department directors?
Any questions for the directors at this time?
Mr. Arjona, where are we at with the speed bumps?
Speed bumps, those are one of the things that we're looking at, Commissioner. Hopefully, once we start with the new fiscal year, we can order some of those. There's a couple of options that we're looking at, whether we purchase them or we actually can build them. So we're looking at quotes on both of them.
For the record, I mean, it's something that we're already foreseeing to get.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor, if I may?
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Juan, what's the status as far as the brush pickup or Mr. Garza? I don't know if he's on there.
Mr. Garza, you want to answer that?
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners. On the brush pickup, our grapple trucks are on the southeast side. Our alley crews are still on the southwest side. On the October 1st, we'll be going to the next quadrant, which will be the the northeast side.
So you're sticking to the schedule.
Yes, the schedule for right now calls for us to be on the southeast side. And we have our grapple trucks, but we are behind on the alleys.
Oh, okay. So that would be the only concern at this time, the alleys?
I'm sorry?
So that would be the only concern at this time, is the alleys, is the alleyways?
The alleys, yes, sir. The alleys are pretty much covered with brush. So it's taking us longer than usual.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Any other questions? Not, we'll move on. Go ahead, sir.
Next item on the public hearing, we have hold a public hearing, consider the ordinance adopting the budget for the city of San Juan, Texas for fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021.
Okay, so this is a public hearing, am I correct? Okay. All right. Anything else you want to add before I?
No, as a matter of fact, Mayor, the only thing I can say is that we met at the last meeting and it was presented. Now it's just a public hearing.
Gotcha. Okay. This time, I'm going to go ahead and open this up at 6:06 p.m. Is there anyone here for or against? For or against? Any questions for Mr. Arjona, members of the commission? If not, I'll go ahead and close this at
Mayor,
6.
if I may?
Go ahead.
Mr. Arjona, we haven't, in this budget, I know we haven't discussed any cost of living adjustments.
No.
And we're not going to do it before we approve the budget?
We're going to discuss that in executive session.
Today?
Yes.
Okay, but it'll be done, before we approve the budget, we will.
We can approve the budget, and there's a couple of other things that we can talk about as far as how to approve it, like we did last year, or do we do it as approval of the budget? Now, the COLA does not include, the cost of living is not included in the budget, but we can always do it at the end.
We can do it at the end?
Yes.
But wouldn't it be better to do it beforehand? That way we know exactly what we're...
Once we go into executive session, I'll explain the reasons why,
Okay,
and then you'll understand. You'll see our point on that.
all right. Now, on the, another question, on your, what is this called? Highlights that you provided? One of the points that I see here is the sidewalk project. You listed at 40,000, but on the budget is listed at 45,000.
Right. One of the things is that at the last year, a couple of years ago, the first time that we had the sidewalk proposal was, came in at anywhere between no more than 10,000, 15,000, but then it went up. So we're looking at what is costing us now for the new sidewalk, but we put a little bit more just in case it goes up because of the cost of the construction.
Okay, so when we're looking to approve, and we're looking at the highlights, we're looking to approve what you gave us here in the, as an item, agenda item, or we're approving the book? What you gave
In
us
the
here?
book, was that at the type of
We're
that?
approving
Mr.?
this or this? No, I understand that part, but what I'm asking is, if you're saying that on the highlight part, that the increase will be 40,000, and over here you're listing 45, what are we approving?
We're approving the book.
You're approving the book, 45, not the 40.
That was a typo that we didn't go back and fix it.
That's only just in case it costs a little bit more.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
We also have listed, and I'm assuming, Mr. Gonzalez, that it has to do with all the extras, the retirement and health and all that, because for the fleet service manager, in the book, I think it's at 40,000, and here it's at 54,000?
The budget highlights, Mr. Commissioner, is only,
Right, but I'm referring to the fleet service manager, which is a position that's being created. It's not a position that we had.
Yeah. The question on that, Commissioner, we're looking at 40 on the budget book, but on the highlights a little bit higher. That's because we're taking into consideration the TRS, the
All the extras.
insurance and stuff like that. So all of that equates to that.
Yeah, right, all the extras, the health insurance and everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that one goes to 54. And the public information officer, also 65,000.
I have something like that. I think that's what the book calls for.
Oh, okay, because over here it says 65. So, okay, and Mr. Gonzalez, looking at these numbers, 64 and 54, do our directors make this amount already? Like, are we all our directors at that amount, at least 65 or over? Or are they under 65? They're under 60. Okay. Do you know how many directors we have under 60? No? Okay, that's, we're starting a new position at 65,000 when our directors that have been here.
At 65?
Well, you're budgeting for 65, so that doesn't necessarily, that we have to pay them 65.
I don't know, Commissioner, you're looking at the highlight, you're looking at the budget book. Yes, the highlight, that's the total with benefits. But as far as the budget book goes for 53, if I don't have it in front of me, I want to say it's about 53, 55. But with the benefits, it goes to 60 plus change. Now, as far as how many directors are making more than the 60 that you're saying, that's something that we're going to be discussing in executive session today.
Okay. And also to discuss to whether we're going to bring them up to par before we approve the budget?
That's something that we're going to be
Right,
discussing as well.
before we approve the budget?
Yes. No, well, actually, we can approve it, and then we can bring them up to par.
Okay, I mean, I understand that part, but I mean, I would rather, if it's a balanced budget, I would say we would balance it beforehand and approve it before we approve it.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at it both ways. It's balanced budget, once we come back, or once we discuss it in
Right, then you
executive
balance it again.
But
by
don't we,
making changes.
session, it'll still be balanced.
don't we have another meeting?
Yes,
Don't
we
we,
still
we're
have
gonna
another-
meet again
Right,
to finalize the budget,
right.
which
Well,
is next
yeah,
week?
That's
second
what I'm
hearing.
leading to. I want to make sure that we're going to meet again before, because he's saying we can approve it today. Correct? That's what you said?
Well, it's not about approving, it's a public hearing.
Right, okay.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So it doesn't get finalized till we meet again.
Right, so that was the question.
And there
We're
you can
gonna-
oppose
we're
and
gonna-
agree or disagree on whatever.
Right.
Exactly. And
When
that
are we-
was-
when
that
are
was
we
the
planning to
question
come back
posed.
on
We
that
were gonna
meeting?
do that
The next
beforehand.
meeting, it has to be before October 1st, which is on the 30th.
No, but I'm asking a date. Do you know more or less?
Next Wednesday?
Probably next Wednesday?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. All right. Any other questions? Now I'm going to go ahead and close this at 6:12 PM. Is there a motion to approve?
Sir.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Motion carries. Go ahead, sir.
Next item, discussion and possible action to ratify and authorize staff to solicit proposals for the annual contracts to supply the water and wastewater treatment chemicals and solids hauling and disposal, and authorize the mayor to execute all related documents and budget amendment as required. On this item, Mayor Commissioners, we have these are the chemicals that take place over the utility department. We went out for bids, so we're ratifying this for your approval, that we went out for bids, just to let you all know that we went out for bids last week. And this is just saying that we went out for bids, not accepting any bids or anything like that.
Any questions for Mr. Arjona? If not, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Go ahead, sir.
The next item, discussion and possible action to approve a budget amendment out of retained earnings from the stormwater fund for repairs of a storm line on the easement of Quail Street for the amount of $11,010, and to authorize city manager to execute all related documents and budget amendment as needed. This item, Mayor Commissioner, this is a utility line that actually caved in by Quail Street, and it's a little bit of dangerous due to that people that live in there. It caved in. It's an easement that belongs to the city, so we're asking to fix it. We have a quote from the Southern Trenches, which is an buy board. They're giving us a very good proposal. Our recommendation is to go ahead and approve it, so that we can go ahead and take care of that easement, that line cave in. It's one of those that, whatever happened back in the day, it was a poor construction on that utility line. It wasn't compacted properly, so that's why we're having these issues, or this issue, and we're asking for approval so that we can go ahead and fix this item.
Is this the area that's right off of Ridge Road? Do you know?
Mr. Salinas, is this the one by Ridge Road, do you know, off of Quail?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, all right. Any questions for Mr. Arjona? Not, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item, discussion and possible action regarding Hidalgo County Elections Department request for early voting election day polling location regarding a second polling location at the San Juan Memorial Library, 1010 South Standard in San Juan, Texas, 78589 for the 2020 general election. Mayor Commissioners, as you know, there was only one polling location, but due to the pandemic and due to the COVID, we asked the county agreed to it, that they will open up another location from the county, so the county is asking for us to approve this item so that the library can be the second polling location during the
Library or the commission meeting?
Actually, this room.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to clear that for the record.
Yes.
Now, and this is only for early voting, but also on election day, we're having 4 locations, am I
Yes.
correct?
It'll be early voting and election day.
Here as well?
Right.
Which is Dodines and Sorensen, would be on election day.
Right. I
They're
believe
adding
so.
that to.
Right, and it's Sorensen, if I'm not mistaken.
Sorensen?
We have the fire. Yeah, but
No,
we
that's
got
fine,
those-
that's fine.
Those 4.
All right. With that being said, is there a motion to approve both? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Go ahead, sir.
The next item, maybe if I can skip this one and take it into executive session.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, sir.
And then we have a discussion and possible action ratifying the First Amendment to the CARES Act interlocal cooperation agreement between the County of Hidalgo, Texas, and the City of San Juan, Texas. What it is, this is the 20%, the second 20% from the county. Obviously, before we can actually receive the monies, it has to be approved by the commissioner, by the court. However, we had to sign off on it because of the time and because of the urgency of us getting those monies that we have already spent. And obviously, this is the second amendment, the first amendment, so we're asking to ratify this particular item.
And this was the interlocal that had already signed,
Yes,
right? Is that-
this is the first part to it, the first amendment to the first one.
Okay, all right. Good. By any chance, do you know when they will be releasing any?
Matter of fact, at the last meeting, they did say that checks were gonna be cut on Tuesday, which is today. So I'm hoping that we get them by tomorrow or Thursday at the
Perfect.
latest.
Okay. With that being said, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under consent agenda, Mayor Commissioners, we only have one item, which is the monthly collection report.
Is there anything we need to modify or amend under consent agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Under executive session, we have the City of San Juan Commission will convene executive session in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, various Texas statutes, and quote annotated Government Code 551, consultation with attorney. We have pursuant to section 511.071, consultation with attorney, discussion and possible action regarding legal issues concerning the comprehensive plan, and also consultation with attorney, discussion and possible action regarding legal issues concerning Noche de Paz logo.
With that being said, is there a motion to enter? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. We'll be entering at 6:17 PM. PM. Is there a motion to reconvene? Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Under executive session 1, I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve the comprehensive plan and with the additional 2%. With that being said,
Mayor,
go ahead.
is it also going to include the seniority pay?
Yes, correct. I'm sorry. Yeah, I left that out. Yes, correct. With that being said, there's been a second,
And-
but,
So move. Second.
yes.
And the court clerk, correct?
Okay, as presented, yeah.
Okay. So there's a second by Commissioner Neto Guajardo. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Before we adjourn, I know, Mr. Arjona, we had gone, we skipped D.
That's the one that we just.
We're
voted.
good.
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. With that being said, is there a motion adjourned? Is there a second? This meeting has been adjourned at 7:18 PM. Thank you.